reimagine it.
Yep.
And for years before that, I had everywhere I traveled, I saw these great spaces that were plazas in the center of cities and in great European cities, South American
Mm-hmm.
cities. And you'd see these plazas that were more manicured, more hard surface, where people liked to gather, where there was always some activity and something going on. So, I would send pictures to our city staff and our team of these plazas. But the Rachel created that opportunity to reimagine this space.
Okay, we're going. So I think folks can hear you there with your mic there. So I think we're good. But hello there, welcome to Lunch with Friends. I'm Tim Nash of Skogman Realty, and I'm here for a very special Lunch with Friends day, just because I'm so excited. I'm here in my hometown of Marion, which is not that far from Cedar Rapids. Obviously, it's connected, but I always think of myself as a Marion native. And today I'm here with Mayor Nick AbouAssaly, the mayor of Marion. And we're hanging out in the Eat Shop, which is a brand new restaurant in one of the new buildings down here at Uptown Marion. And for those of you that live in the area, you know about everything that's been going on with Marion. All the renovations have been happening on both sides of 7th Avenue. But we're here in the Eat Shop. They have, and I'm just looking, and I'll do some footage on my Instagram and on my YouTube. But they've got an entire bakery here behind us. They've got a case in this brand new gorgeous building. They got a really fantastic seating area. So come down and check out the Eat Shop. They're open from 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day. So great place for some breakfast or some lunch. And they've got all these windows so you can look out and you can see this brand new Central Plaza that's opening up next week.
We're having the opening and ribbon cutting on the 7th.
On the 7th, yep. And then you can see just this beautiful Uptown Marion and everything great that's been happening with it. So check out the Eat Shop. But now, so excited to have Mayor Nick here and to chat with him a little bit about what's going on.
Thank you.
I think that the opening of Central Plaza kind of puts a little bit of a punctuation on, I don't think it's the first phase. I'm sure there's been many phases to the rebirth of Uptown Marion, but it is kind of a big deal that we're having. I mean, what I've always known as Marion Square since I was a little kid, it was always Marion Square, and now Central Plaza is opening back up. So
yeah, so I mean, the vision for reinventing Uptown Marion has been in process for a decade or more, and this Central Plaza is sort of the crowning jewel.
Yeah,
we have been working towards this moment for a while, and it's an exciting moment for all of us. It sort of, like you said, punctuates all of the efforts, the combined efforts of the, really not just the city, but our community partners and the community as a whole, to see this downtown, which we call Uptown Marion, as a thriving, active city center that's not only great for Marion, but that contributes to what makes the entire region attractive.
Oh, definitely.
And our goal has been to make Uptown Marion a living room, one of the living rooms for the metro area. Historically, at least in the last few decades, Marion has sort of been seen as a bedroom community. But we're becoming a living room and a place that's a destination for people from the region and beyond to come and enjoy themselves and enjoy community and enjoy art and festivals and all the shopping and dining opportunities that exist here today. It's really an exciting time, and in this last decade, Uptown Marion has gone from a nondescript, sort of sleepy downtown to what is now recognized as one of the top downtowns in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, no, and I think you have it's just so great to see what's happened down here. I think I've had conversations with my father, who's actually sitting back here off camera. But we've had conversations for as long as I've probably been a teenager about what's going on with Marion and what an opportunity we have here. And when I am introducing people to the area, as a residential realtor, when I'm introducing not people that have lived here, but when I'm introducing people that from out of state, they don't even think of Marion. They hear Cedar Rapids, and so they think of Cedar Rapids. And so I was like, oh, we need to look at some houses in Marion. You really need to see. And inevitably, if they're in my car, I drive them through like Main Street. I think Marion has such a unique opportunity in that it's a traditional Main Street, small town USA,
Yeah.
but it's connected to Metro Cedar Rapids. So you've got the opportunity to bring a large population to Marion and introduce people to this cute, charming small town concept. Because like other towns in Iowa have that. Mount Vernon's got a really great little like Main Street area, but you have to drive. It's not a long drive, but you still have to drive. Whereas Marion is right here, next to this larger population in Cedar Rapids. So I think that's a great opportunity for the community.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
what made me interested in being involved in leadership in Marion was exactly that I saw opportunity that was being missed or not being fully utilized and capitalized on. I saw that Marion had so much potential to be truly one of the jewels of this metro area, and it's been fun working with a great group of people together on this effort to help it realize its full potential.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the results today. And we talked about the plaza. Uh, the city square was a traditional park, which was the only park in the city when the city was originally laid out and built. But today we have 620 acres of parks in Marion, and so this space no longer functioned as a park. No one came here to have picnics, or the only time people would come to this park was when there were festivals or large community events.
Right.
And then the derecho happened, and it was devastated. All the old trees fell, and the park was in shambles. And so that created sort of the opportunity for us to reimagine it.
Yep.
And for years before that, everywhere I traveled, I saw these great spaces that were plazas in the center of cities and in great European cities, South American cities. And you'd see these plazas that were more manicured, more hard surface, where people liked to gather, where there was always some activity and something going on. So I would send pictures to our city staff and our team of these plazas. But the derecho created that opportunity to reimagine space into a plaza that's more active year round. And so this space now will have, in the wintertime, a refrigerated ice skating loop.
What's the difference between a loop and a rink? Can you explain that part?
It's like it's a ribbon.
Yeah.
It's not like a big circle.
Like a track, like
it's
an
a
ice
track.
skating track.
Exactly. And we have a Zamboni and everything.
I love it.
It's going to be awesome. But in the summertime, there's seating areas, there's water features, a water feature that you can play in, like a splash pad.
Oh, yeah, that'll bring the kids.
There'll be a huge sculpture. There's a play area for kids, fire tables, and at a stage, so where we can have events. So it'll be programmed and active year round, and just another opportunity for people to come out and experience community, to be in this beautifully reinvented downtown with the new streetscape and all the shops.
Yeah.
And opportunities there are here to enjoy life. And that's really what it's all about, is
Exactly.
quality of life and giving people opportunities. So
Yep. I love it. Now, how long have you been mayor now?
this is my 10th year.
This is your 10th
Yeah.
year. Was this, because I feel like, this has been an effort, I feel like this is years in the making, even past 10 years. So were you involved prior to becoming mayor?
So I moved back to the area from Texas in 1995.
Okay.
And immediately became involved in anything that they would let me do, committees and steering committees and boards, not only in Marion, but in Cedar Rapids too, but mostly in Marion. We started gathering as a young group of professionals who wanted to dream about what Marion could be. And then we started becoming more active, getting people on council, getting people on various committees and boards. But yeah, I was on a long list of boards and commissions and different steering committees that had to do with Marion's development and Marion's growth, and sort of just infusing the same idea and from every angle that I could of we can do better, we have the opportunity, we don't want to squander it. We have one chance to do things the right way, and we want to maximize the potential. Um, those types of ideas.
So was there a?
And I was on council then for 2 years
Oh,
before
sure.
I ran for mayor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a was there a like a phase like, okay, we have to do this, then we can do this, then we okay, and once this is taken care of, then we can take care of, because I know for a while
Sure.
Uptown wasn't so much the focus. The big focus was the industrial park, like out because they wanted to get that that going, to get business coming, obviously get jobs.
The East End roundabout.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was quite frankly an eyesore. That it was an old industrial area that the city. There was at one point at the edge of town, 100 years ago.
Sure.
But in time, the city grew up around it, so we had this industrial corridor right in the core of the city.
Right.
And
that was where the old Marion Iron was.
And other industrial businesses, which are good businesses, and we wanted them to remain in Marion and to contribute to our economy and to grow here. But they were no longer appropriately placed in that location.
Right.
And we wanted to reinvent that area into something more appropriate for a city center, commercial uses that were more appropriate for a central business district.
Sure.
And so the city, and I was part of the very first conversation that we had with the Marion Iron owners to see if they would be interested in that. At that time I was on the Medco board, and we went over there and talked to them and started the conversations. But eventually the city worked with them, and they relocated to a newer industrial park where they were able to put everything under roof and to modernize their operation and continue to grow and be part of our story here. But that created the opportunity, for redevelopment of that site.
Well, and then we saw redevelopment of Sixth Avenue. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
So you talk about phasing of the vision. So
right.
We wanted to create another throughway through the Central Business District to diffuse the traffic off 7th Avenue, which was a highway, and the businesses complained it was unsafe. And so that if you were going to be in the Uptown, you had to intend to be there. And so we wanted to slow down traffic in Uptown, make it safer, more walkable, and then create another way for people to get through to go around Uptown. So that had to happen. We had to build 6th Avenue before we could redo the streetscape in Uptown, which was a 2-year closure of the main street.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do have to think about phasing and the order that things happen in. 6th Avenue wouldn't have happened if we didn't buy the railroad right away. And that was purchased quite a long time ago. In the 90s, I believe, we purchased the railroad right away, which created the opportunity to build 6th Avenue.
Yeah.
Which then gave us the opportunity to redo the streetscape and modernize all the infrastructure on 7th Avenue, which then gave us this beautiful setting for people to want to invest and to develop and to build new buildings like this. So it all kind of flows together.
Well, and you guys have done such a great job, because I can remember, I think when I was a kid, I still remember when the train depot was basically where we are right now, and they tore that down, and in the name of development, they put up that strip mall.
Yes.
Which was not attractive, but at the time it was that's what you did. People were going to malls and people were utilizing that type of retail space.
Exactly.
So that was the smart thing to do in the 80s. That was the answer.
To help downtown survive.
But you guys have maintained, with what you've done, you've maintained the old school charm of a small town, and yet it is an update and it's a complete renovation.
And and it's been very intentional, right? As Marion has grown, we have been very intentional about maintaining that small town feel, that community feel, which is what people want. And to me, that's shown in the fact that most people, when asked the population of Marion. Most people think it's about 20,000 people, 25,000 people.
Like we're at
Because,
50.
well, we're quickly approaching 50,000.
Yeah.
We're in the mid 40s right
Mm-hmm.
now. Yeah, but no one would guess that because we have been so good at maintaining that small town character and the community
Yeah.
feel. And I think that's a positive, right? I mean, it's a very good thing when we're growing in a way that is not detracting from the quality of life and the charm that people like about Marion.
Exactly. So kind of back to the Central Plaza. So you talked about the ice skating rink. Culturally, what do we still have? Is there anything left? Do we still have the cannon? Is the cannon still there?
Oh, of course,
The cannon's all like okay.
the cannon is still in its place. The Veterans Memorial is still in
Yep.
place, and the statue of the Civil War veteran is still in place. So.
What about now? What's different with the depot? Because since it's been there, it's just been this. Essentially, it's been an open, just covered
you
space.
Talked about the depot was torn down. There was a group of very community-minded residents back then who worked very hard to save elements of the depot. So they saved the roof structure and the bricks, and they actually hand cleaned all the bricks, and they recreated the depot in the form of a pavilion, using the roof structure and the bricks right in the city square park, and that since that time that had been used as a pavilion, but really not again underutilized.
Definitely.
As part of this project with the Central Plaza, we decided to enclose it, and so it's become an enclosed building again. There's nice bathrooms in there, a warming area for the ice skating, as well as a small event space. And so we added a second floor.
Oh, wow.
Where there'll be storage up there, and then it's been, and we added an addition to it that houses the chilling equipment for the ice skating. So actually, that came from looking at old photos where the depot did have an addition on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we recreated that.
That's awesome.
With this, reinvention of the.
It's very cool.
Depot. Yeah.
It's very cool. So now, like we've said, this is kind of the end of let's call it the end of a phase. So what's the next big project going to be?
In Uptown or
in Uptown, yeah.
Several actually. Right next to this building, there'll be another residential building that's going to start this year.
Will it be multi-use like this one, or will it just be residential?
There'll be a limited amount of commercial space right on the plaza, but otherwise the first level will be parking underneath the building.
Sure.
And then rental apartments on top.
Okay.
That's the next big project. We are also working with a developer on the redevelopment of the old library site. And that's an exciting project. We really want to maximize what the community gains with that project. But that'll be a mixed-use building, probably 3 or 4 story building with more retail space.
Okay.
And the exciting part about that is bringing retail back on the south side of the square,
which hasn't existed
for a long
decades.
time. We had a 3-sided square.
Yeah.
And then now, hopefully we'll have a 4-sided square again with retail all around.
I remember the old blockhouse that I think it was at the courthouse, the old courthouse.
Yep, that's the same.
Because they had an antique store in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go searching for I used to go searching for old comic books.
So that was the old Lynn County Courthouse when Marion was the city county seat.
Yeah.
And the police station.
Yep.
But anyway, that's another project that's coming. There'll be another multifamily building going up on 10th Street and 8th Avenue.
Okay.
That should be starting soon. The Bell Tower Lofts, which is the renovation of the old Methodist church, the historic church, that's ongoing. So lots of excitement going on.
Very cool.
In the core here.
A question that I have, and the reason I have is because I've on the commercial side, I've shown several people that were looking like potential tenants spaces down here, and the one complaint they have, and I actually think I don't think it's a real concern, but parking. People are very worried about their customers not having a parking lot to park in and walk into a building, which I actually think, my personal opinion is that kind of goes against the concept of Uptown Marion. But winter and whatnot.
There's several ways to look at that. So one way to look at it is, well, 5 years ago, when there wasn't a whole lot going on down here, we had plenty of parking.
Oh yeah, right here.
So which would you rather have? An inactive city core that has plenty of parking, or a very active place where there are parking challenges? And it's not something that we dismiss. And we are forming a parking committee. We did a parking study that showed there are actually 600 plus parking spots right in this core.
Yeah.
A lot of it is perception, because you and I will go to a big box store or the mall. We'll go to Menards, we'll go to Target, we'll go to Walmart, and we will park and walk the distance of 1 or 2 blocks in Uptown.
And then you do a lot of walking inside that
and then
store.
You walk inside to go to the garden center in the back or whatever it is, and we don't think anything of it. We'll go to the mall, we'll park, a distance away from the door, and we'll walk into the mall and through the mall. But in Uptown, if we don't park in front of the door of the business, then there's no parking. So it's a matter of perspective. And you can pick up all of Uptown Marion, all of it, and put it in the footprint of Walmart.
Right.
So we're walking several blocks when we go to those big box stores without even thinking anything of it. And so when I park in Uptown, I never have an issue finding parking. It's just not in front of the door. I might have to walk a half a block or a block. But I've never had an issue finding a parking spot. But we are looking at it. We're forming a committee. We're looking at ways to more efficiently use parking spaces and to work with.
Why would it have done that? Sorry, Nick.
It's okay.
We're having. There you go. Technical difficulties. That's either going out in post or it's staying in. Still going. So hey.
But we're working with the businesses on employee parking, those types of things to more efficiently use space. And it is going to be a bigger challenge as we go forward. But we're starting to be more thoughtful and more intentional about new buildings that are being constructed. Incorporating parking and making sure that that's part of the project and those types of things. But we'll figure it out. But in my mind, it's a good problem to have. It means that we're being successful.
Oh yeah.
And that this is a place where people want to be. And I've never been to any place in the country where people want to be, and it's a desired place that doesn't have some parking challenge. Because it's just, you can't possibly create a parking spot for every single person, or a convenient parking spot in front of the door of the business for every single person who wants to be there.
It's just telling me it's angry, apparently. All right.
Maybe we've gone on too long.
No. So we'll wrap it up before my tripod just keeps wanting to. Okay. Well, that was an A+ answer on the parking. That was outstanding.
Yeah.
Last thing, and then we'll wrap it up before this thing does it again. What do you hope from future generations when they look back on this time period in Marion, like 100 years from now? What do you think they're going to
that's easy.
say?
I say this to our team all the time. We get one chance to do it right. We want to do it the right way. We want to maximize what we're doing for the community and for the future, so that 20 years from now or 30 years from now, we will look back, our children will look back and say they did it the right way. They had a good vision, they executed on it, and it's really been an amazing team effort. The collaboration that happens around all of this stuff, with every participant doing their job, from the city to the economic development people, the chamber, to community volunteers. We engage everyone. We have a steering, like for this plaza, we had a steering committee of all of those partners, as well as Marion residents and business owners who saw the project through from beginning to end, from inception to implementation. And that creates buy-in, that creates better ideas and more confidence that we're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And it's just been a great process. And my hope is that we create such an awesome place to live that our children will want to come back and be the next leaders
Yeah.
and the next mayor
Exactly.
and city council
Exactly.
and help continue to move us forward. We take seriously our job of impacting people's lives in a positive way. That's what we see that as our role here. And everything that we're doing is to give people great opportunities, all people of all backgrounds, great opportunities to achieve their goals here and to enjoy a great quality of life. And our brand promise is to be the best place in Iowa to raise a family and grow a business. And I think we can finally say we are on track to doing that, and just really proud of what this community has accomplished.
Awesome. Mayor Nick, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, even with my tripod acting goofy. Come down, check out the Eat Shop. It's right on the corner. You can look out and see the plaza, which will be open on May 7th.
4 o'clock on May 7th. It's going to be a great ribbon cutting. We have some really special dignitaries coming, and hope everyone will join us and celebrate this reinvention of this space in the heart of our community.
Yeah, super excited to check it out. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep. All right, thanks so much. This has been Lunch with Friends. I'm Tim Nash of Skogman Realty. I just covered up my mic. I've been with Mayor Nick. We're at the Eat Shop. Come check it out and check out the opening of Central Plaza on May 7th. We'll see you.
Thank you.